In 7-2, starting on page 400, this is multiplying a polynomial by a monomial. So remember, polynomials have many terms. Monomials have one term. So we have a polynomial and a monomial. Okay, they're doing two different methods for multiplying. So you can do the horizontal method, which is how I'm going to do it most of the time. Or you can do the vertical method also, which is like if you were to multiply 437 by 6. This is your vertical method. If you were to do the horizontal method, it would be a little bit different. So vertical method, you would multiply this times this. 18 plus 4 would give you 24. 24 plus 2 would give you 26. Okay, so you can do either way. I don't care. I'm going to only show you the horizontal method in the video, though. Okay, so let's go ahead and jump right in. Number 1a on the guided practice says 5a squared, and you're multiplying by this polynomial, negative 4a squared plus 2a minus 7. So when we multiply, this is really just distributive property. That's why I'm doing it horizontal again, because you already know how to do this horizontally. They're just calling it a different name now. So when we do 4a squared multiplied by negative 4a squared, 5a squared multiplied by negative 4a squared, 5 multiplied by negative 4 is negative 20. And remember, when we're multiplying like bases, we add exponents. So we have an a squared and an a squared, which would give me a to the 4th. 5a squared multiplied by 2a is 10a to the 3rd. Make sure you put the plus sign between. And then 5a squared multiplied by negative 7 would give you negative 35a squared. Okay, so this is my answer after I find the product, which remember is the answer for a multiplication problem. Okay, the second one is the same type, multiply, multiply, multiply. So negative 6d cubed multiplied by 3d to the 4th, negative 6 and 3 multiplies to give you negative 18. 3 plus 4 adds to give you d to the 7th power. Negative 6 and negative 2 is a positive 12. 3 and 3 is d to the 6th. Negative 6 and negative 1 is a positive 6 multiplied. 3 and a positive 1 exponent would be added to give me d to the 4th. And then the last one, we have negative 6 multiplied by 9, which is negative 54. And then you just have the d cubed on this one. So this would be my final answer. And I need to check and make sure it's in standard form, but because these were in standard form, then this should also be. 7, 6, 4, 3 is standard form because it's biggest exponent to smallest exponent. The second ones are very similar, except the instructions say to simplify. So simplifying and multiplying are the exact same thing in this case, except for you would also have to combine some terms on this one to fully simplify it. So after we distribute, multiply, 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 3 times 5 is 15x squared. 3 times 2 is 6x. 3 times negative 4 is negative 12. This one is a negative x that we're distributing. Negative x times 7x squared would give me negative 7x cubed because there's 1 here and 2 there. Negative x and positive 2x would give me negative 2x 2 squared. Negative x and negative 3 is a positive 3x. Okay, so to simplify fully, then I need to combine my like terms. So the negative 7x cubed has no like terms, but it's the biggest exponent, so I'm going to put it in the front. Then we have a 15x squared and a negative 2x squared, so positive 13x squared. You've got a positive 6x and a positive 3x, which should give you positive 9x, and then the negative 12x at the end. So this is simplified as well as it can get because there are no more like terms and no more distributive property. 2b is the same type, 15t and 10, I think this was y. 15t and 10y cubed 5t. 15 times 10 is 150. There's 1t here and 5t's here. So let's just keep it y cubed first, and then t and t5 is t6. 15 times 5 would give you 30, 60, 75. So we have positive 75. Y squared again is just going to stay. T and t will give you t squared. And then the negative 2 distributed. Oh, there's only 2. Negative 2y and yt squared is negative 2y squared t squared. Negative 2y and 4y squared is negative 8y3. Okay, combine any like terms, which this one and this one are like terms. So we're going to end up with 150y cubed t6 plus 73y squared t squared minus 8y cubed. And we would be finished with that problem. All right, the last ones are saying to solve the equation. So before we solve, though, we need to do the distributing and the combining and everything that we can to simplify. So here's my two sides of the equation. On the left-hand side, I'm multiplying a 2x times x and 4. So 2x squared plus 8x is what I would get there. And then I still have the plus 7. Over here, I can't do anything here, so I just write x plus 8. The 2x can be multiplied here. So we've got positive 2x squared, positive 2x, and then the plus 12. Combine anything that can be combined. So x and 2x gives me 3x. 8 and 12 gives me 20. And I have the 2x squared still. Okay. So remember, when we're solving, we want all of the like terms on one side. So let's put the 2x squared and minus 2x squared. That's good. Those two will both cancel out. So now we're left with just a regular equation. I'm going to move the negative 3x minus 3x. That's 0. This one gives me 5x. Bring down my plus 7. And over here I have a 20 still from there. I need to subtract 7 from both sides to get the constants together. 20 minus 7 is 13. And then I'm dividing by 5. So x equals 13 over 5. All right, and then this one, same process, distribute first. So d squared plus 3d minus d squared plus 4d equals 90 minus 16 still. These d squares here will cancel. That one's positive and this one's negative. 3d and 4d is 7d. And then I want this d to be with the other one. So minus 9d, minus 9d. I get negative 2d equals negative 16. And divide by negative 2 to get d equals 8. All right, so those are my two solving ones.